Hey everyone, I've got a 1994 Ford F150 XLT. I was looking for a video to assist with a horn issue, and I was unable to find anything, so I thought I would post this for you. My issue started with a airbag warning on the dashboard. There's a series of flashes. There's a sequence of flashes which is going to indicate the first number, and then a brief pause, and a second series of flashes that will tell you exactly what's going on. In my case, I started getting this indication at the same time my horn failed, so I assumed it was the clock spring. I have since repaired that, and I'm right where I started. So I thought I would post this, hopefully maybe to help someone else out. I noticed as I was doing the clock spring swap, when I'm standing outside with the driver's side door open, I press the horn and I can actually hear the relay toggle. So that tells me that from the horn itself to the relay, everything's working okay. Presumably, I'm getting voltage to my horn. So that took me to the location of the horn, which is on the passenger side, right underneath of the battery tray. So what you're going to need to do is obviously remove your battery. You've got a 1/2-inch open end box wrench to remove your terminals. You've got a screw down in here that you have to remove, and you pull this plastic block out. That's going to free up your battery. You can lift that up and out of your way. Underneath the battery tray needs to be removed. There are 5 bolts total. There are 2 underneath the right side or the positive side of the battery, and then there are 2 more on the wall here that you'll have to remove. And the final bolt will be your bracket here, and essentially that frees it up enough to get it out of your way. Mine was still held on by a connection strain relief for another cable, so I just left that in place. It didn't bother me. And then if you go back here in front of the battery, there are 2 horns down here, and they're both tied to a center bracket, if you will. That bracket has a single screw that you're going to have to remove, and then you can remove the whole horn assembly. So you've got a high and a low horn, each of which is tied to the same power wire. So you just remove that terminal from each horn and it's free. Now I tested mine. I just ran with the battery out. I ran a ground to the ground of the battery, and then I touched that ground will go to the bracket, of course, and then I touched the positive to each terminal on each horn, and I got a response. They both worked fine. So I cleaned up the bracket mount right where it mounts to the chassis of the truck, and I cleaned up the mounting screw a little bit. It turned out mine just had a bad ground, which is enough to reveal itself as though the horn has failed. So this will save you from running to the store, buying a new horn, installing it only to find out that maybe you still have a ground issue. Anyway, I hope this helps someone out, and have a good day.